country. You don't like our flag. What makes you think that we give a damn about that? There's a million pissed off rednecks just like me. And we're all sick and tired of this bullshit on TV.
Pappy Hour is a Tell It As It Is series. You may hear some profanity, things you might find offensive, but that's how I am. I have no filter and no problem telling my point of view. I don't discriminate. I'm simply an asshole to everybody.
Here we are, our 18th episode. I want to thank everybody for taking the time out of your day to listen to Pappy Hour and listen to me talk to you and give you my words of what I like to call wisdom. So we have passed 1,000 physical downloads of our episodes. I want to thank everybody for downloading, and I want to thank everybody for listening on the different platforms that we're on. It has been an awesome ride, and I'm going to continue this as long as you continue listening to my episodes. I'm going to continue giving you my words of wisdom. That's right. So that's been really cool. Our YouTube channel, Ryan is Pappy, is moving up in followers. Facebook, Pappy Hour, is moving up as well. It is really, really good. This last weekend, we just got done filming all of the material that we needed for our very first episode of Adventures with Pappy. And I got to tell you, I am really excited about the stuff that we found. We filmed in the Arizona area in the United States and out in the desert, some ghost towns, mining towns, historical locations, and I am excited about the stuff that we got to bring to you. I don't necessarily want to tell you exactly where it is because then you might not want to watch it. We are going to be releasing a new YouTube channel for Adventures with Pappy that is strictly Adventures with Pappy. I will be sharing that stuff on our Pappy Hour channel as well on YouTube. So check it out. Ryan is Pappy on YouTube. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Probably by the time you listen to me next week, I will have the new Adventures with Pappy YouTube channel up and running. Let me see here. Got my notes here. Got some really, really interesting information. You know, I've been putting together some stuff that I wanted to talk about, you know, a couple different topics, and we've got some fun ones for you today. This was a week and a half ago. I went and saw the movie The Hustle, and that was a lot of fun. That one has, I think her name is Rebel Wilson. I want to make sure I get it right. And Anne Hathaway. These two girls have amazing chemistry in this movie. I'm not going to give any spoilers away because I'm not about spoilers. Not now. Not ever. But it's a great movie. I suggest if you like those really fun, corny kind of comedies about hustlers and con people, it kind of reminded me a little bit of the old movie with Steve Martin, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, but funnier. So it was really cool. So I gave it a 4 out of 5 Pappy stars. Now, I want to try something a little different that I normally do. I'm going to play a clip here of one of my favorite movies. It's one of the funniest clips of almost any movie that I've ever watched. I just love this one, and it doesn't matter. I could sit there and watch it on YouTube over and over and over again and laugh every single time. So let me play this clip for you. I want you to see if you can figure it out. I'm going to give you a few seconds, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what it is.
Sir? Hey, mister. You know the people that live here in Nunemaker?
Hey, Mo.
What's that?
Mo. Hey, Mo. About 15 years ago, our little boy has that guy haircut you got now. Goddamn, you out of date, boy.
Yeah, man, that little boy, that's me. My parents were, this is my home. I thought this was it this time.
Now, homie, where you make it?
You like to see homos naked?
Homie, where you make it?
Yeah, you like to see homos naked. That's cool, man. Whatever.
No. Homie, where you make it? Home, where you make it?
Oh,
Everybody know that. Goddamn, boy.
guy likes to see homos naked. That don't help me.
So you probably just got done listening to that, and you're thinking, "Wow, that does sound real familiar." Wow, it's almost naked. No. That's from Joe Dirt. That's right. So that is when Joe Dirt finally finds the house that he grew up in as a kid. And he comes across this crazy Cajun kind of guy. And I love the character that plays that Cajun guy because he is funny as hell. And I laugh every time he starts talking, with his crazy Cajun accent. But it's a great little movie. I wasn't exactly thrilled about Joe Dirt 2. Because it kind of lost its magic, but the first Joe Dirt, that was a lot of fun. Fun movie. I can watch that one over and over and over again. So, hope you like that little clip. All right, so in Arizona, okay, we just recently had a 70-year-old man. Okay, this 70-year-old man from Oklahoma was pulled over by Arizona Highway Patrol. While the police were talking to him, they look in the car and then they notice there was a dead woman in the passenger seat with a seatbelt on. I kid you not. So the way they got the information, the reason they pulled him over is because they received a call from a fast food employee saying a man and a woman were naked inside their car. Now, when he was pulled over, he was only wearing his underwear. Okay, 70-year-old guy. So now you're thinking, this old guy, he's in his underwear. Maybe he's a little confused, and that's what I was thinking when I started hearing this story. The woman was his wife. Now, he said when he was pulled over, he told the police she died at a hotel in El Paso, Texas, and then they were continuing their road trip to California. Now, that makes it even sound more like, yes, this guy really is confused. He's probably got dementia, something. He's not all there. Okay, and from El Paso, Texas to Arizona, that's a long drive, especially in the Phoenix, Arizona area. So this couple, they married in 2011, and they were actually in the middle of a divorce. And the wife had issued a protective order on February 6th. And it was continued just the Monday before they found her in the car. Okay, and she filed for divorce on February 8th. So now I'm starting to wonder, okay, what's really going on with this story? Okay, this lady's got a protective order. She got it renewed so that it was still a protective order in effect. And she filed divorce, but they're on a road trip from El Paso, Texas to California. Okay, this is getting odd. Then, apparently, the husband was reported missing in April, and they had a silver alert that was issued. Then they finally removed the silver alert, canceled it, because they found out he was sitting in a Kansas jail. Now, the lady, completely naked, dead, got her seatbelt on, so safety first, obviously. Okay, the police say that the wife's body actually shows signs of blunt force trauma. So they probably saw a lot of bruises, maybe some cuts and stuff like that. There's still not a lot of the story that's being told yet. And this actually happened almost about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And there's still not any information about it, which is really interesting. And he was physically arrested. And he was arrested for, I think it was abandonment of a body, which I don't understand why it would be abandonment, because he had the body with him and she was in her seatbelt, so I mean he had her there. But it's a sad story, to think about. So if she died in El Paso, Texas, and allegedly with blunt force trauma. So they are suspecting, I believe, that he killed her, and he's traveling with her. It's a really, really sad story. And I really, when I was reading this story, was looking at it going, my God, this poor old guy is confused. He just needs some help. Where's his family? What's going on? And then you read into it and you go, oh my God, this dude is sick. This guy's crazy. Now, he may be confused. Don't get me wrong. I mean, something could have happened, triggered, and he doesn't really know what's going on. I don't know. But it's a sad story. But, it's something the police officers don't see every day. I'm not really laughing at the fact it happened. It's just the way the situation. Police pull somebody over. There's a dead body in the passenger seat, man. I'm starting to wonder if he used the HOV lane. For those of you that don't know, in Arizona, we have HOV lanes, which is high occupancy vehicle lanes, which during certain times of the day, and you're allowed to use that lane only if you have 2 or more people, or in a motorcycle, or on a motorcycle, or in a green car, eco-friendly car. So alternative fuel kind of thing. So that was a really sad thing. Sorry, getting a drink there. All right, so another interesting story, and actually this one just came out today. Okay, so we're talking Arizona, May 21st. Okay, we are Tuesday. Okay, this just came out today. Washington State is now going to allow composting of human bodies. Now, you probably just said, I'm sorry, what the hell did you just say, Pappy? That's what I just said to myself. Okay. So this is the first state in the United States to approve the alternative to burying somebody or cremating somebody. They will allow them to be turned into compost. Okay. It's called natural organic reduction. Now, I wonder if AOC, Alexandria Cortez, is in on this, because this is probably something she's dreamed of. She's probably going to pretend that she came up with this idea. This is going to eliminate dead body farts or something. I don't know, because she's worried about cow farts. But anyways, it's called natural organic reduction. Okay. So basically what they do, they take a body, turn it, mix it with substances such as wood chips, straw, hay, and it equals to about 2 wheelbarrows worth of soil in a span over a couple weeks. So it takes that, the way they mix it all up, it decomposes the body over several weeks. Now, what's really weird about this is they give the loved ones your composted body in a bag to take home. Okay? So they say it's an environmentally friendly alternative to cremation, which I thought cremation was an environmentally friendly thing, but then I didn't realize it actually emits a lot of CO2 because you're burning. But then there's a lot of particles that get into the air. So I'm not exactly sure what kind of particles, but, so that is kind of an interesting thing that they got going on. So let's just say, I kicked the bucket and my kids want to plant me in the garden so their vegetables can grow. And then, somebody says, hey, man, those vegetables look great. Those look great. Oh, these taste good. They're so fresh, so juicy. And they go, yeah, our dad's dead body's composted in there. How in the hell do you think people are going to react to that? I mean, it's interesting, but I get it too. Maybe somebody wants to be buried in their yard, and this is their way of doing it, or maybe in their favorite, flower garden someplace, or it might be a more of a friendlier way, because apparently I was reading somewhere, it's kind of illegal to spread ashes in certain areas. So maybe this will be an alternative to that. Now, there apparently is other alternative ways too, of doing eco-friendly coffins and stuff that decompose in the ground, and then you decompose with the ground. But this is the only one where you can actually turn a body into compost. So I thought that was interesting. I wonder if any other states are going to kind of follow it. I personally myself don't necessarily want to be ground up and composted, but then again, maybe my kids want to stuff me and mount me on the wall there, and so that way they could stare at me and make fun of me like they always do. I don't know. That could happen. I don't know. All right, so lately Trump has been talking about increasing tariffs on goods that are imported from China. And have you actually wondered how that's going to affect you and me and the average person out there when we go shopping? Okay, so I was doing a little research on it so that I can make sure I give you the right information on this. So there is a remaining roughly 325 billion with a B in goods coming from China that are not currently taxed. Okay. The tariff that he wants to do is a 25% increased tariff. So let's just say shoes. Shoes are something that are big. And there's tons of shoes that are, brands Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Foot Locker, all kinds of shoe products that are out there. Now, I'm not just saying shoes are the only thing imported. There's hundreds of thousands of different things that are imported from China all the time. But shoes, I'm using as an example, okay? So this is how it's going to break down, okay? Currently, okay, without the tariff, the additional tariffs on the shoes, the import price on a shoe, tax-wise, is $14.60. Now, the duty rate, the duty rate is considered the tariff, okay, is 14.1%. So that means it's $2.06 in duty fees. Okay, duty, D-U-T-Y, not duty, D-O-D-Y, duty, D-U-T-Y. Okay, so the final import price is $16.06. So then the final retail price of a shoe would be, I'm not saying this is a perfect example, but this is how the numbers work, okay? So then the final retail price before a tariff is $48.18, okay? Now, if Trump imposes this tariff that he's claiming to impose, that he's going to impose, okay, you've got your current import price, again, of $14.60. Your current duty rate, which is your tariffs, your taxes now, 14.1%. Again, that's $2.06. Now, if he adds that additional 25% in tariffs, okay, the new duty rate on top of what you're paying is an additional $5. Apologize. Is an additional $5.71. So then the import price ends up being $20.31. So now your retail cost of your shoe goes from $48.18 to $60.93 with an increase of $12.75. Okay, to me, that's kind of a crazy, jump, crazy price. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, China technically owns the United States because we borrow so much money from them, but yet we need the stuff that we get from them. I mean, sure, we can make a lot of that in the U.S. Now, it's going to cost more because the U.S. pays their people more, and we don't have those, what they call those children working conditions where they, I don't know, sweatshops. That's the word I'm looking for. We don't have those kind of things here. I'm not saying, I am good about buying stuff that come from sweatshops, because I don't believe in them at all. I hate that child labor stuff. But there's a lot of stuff that we can get cheaper from China, and I get it. I love buy American. I buy as much as I can that's American. But unfortunately, there's things here that we need that are just not made in the U.S. right now. So for millionaires, a 25% increase like that That's nothing. I mean, they're not going to care about paying, an additional $12.75 for a pair of shoes. But for the working person, the working class, the average person like me and you, it's ridiculous. Okay. Plus, it's not just shoes. I mean, we're talking thousands of items. Walmart even came out with this big thing. They're trying to keep their prices low. They're all about low prices, but they're not going to be able to do that because many of their items come from China. And you're looking at clothing. It can be the packaging for the foods. Think about that. Even though the food might come from America, it might be American, steak that you buy, but that plastic and that styrofoam or whatever, the materials used to wrap it, to sell it, come from China. So then that, even though it's American, that price is going to have to go up because they're going to have to offset the cost of that packaging. Okay, so I think this is absolutely ridiculous. This is probably my rant for the show too, because I'm already paying ridiculous prices now for a lot of things. And I get it. Inflation, prices go up, minimum wages go up, salaries go up, and you have to meet that. I'm a business guy myself. I own a security guard company. I get it. I understand. But then it becomes the time where it's like, okay, when is it too much? As a business owner myself, I'm not rich. And there's a lot of us business owners out there that are not rich. The taxes already kill us to where we can barely operate. And now they want to increase stuff. So is that going to increase cost on my end as well? Most likely, yes. Even though I'm in a people business and providing security guards, well, then we have materials. We have radios. We have cell phones. We have computers. We have all this stuff. Stuff that's made in China is going to drive up the prices of those things. And then it's going to affect everybody down the road. Now, of course, Trump, he probably doesn't care. He doesn't give a crap. And that's because, he can go out and buy $100 or $1,000 pair of shoes. I was getting ready to say $100,000 pair of shoes, but $1,000 pair of shoes and not even blink. I go to Skechers and I buy a $40 pair of shoes for myself, and I'm freaking out because I'm having to spend $40 for a pair of shoes. Now add another $12.75 on that. It's getting ridiculous. So that's just me. I don't know about you guys, how your feelings are on that. If you think this tariff is a good thing. I get it. We need to raise taxes. We need to raise money. But at the same time, it's the people, the little people like us that get hit and hurt the hardest. And I don't get it. So I don't get it. I could go on and on about that one all day long. All right, so the Game of Thrones. I'm not going to give any spoilers out because I don't know if everybody out there has listened or watched the last episode of Game of Thrones, but I really want to know how many of you out there are in need of therapy now because of the way the final episode happened. Believe it or not, I've been reading that therapists and counselors are seeing more people now because they are very upset with the last season of Game of Thrones and how it ended. Unbelievable. A TV show could affect people that much. I love the Game of Thrones series. I was very disappointed how it ended myself. Very disappointed. The last 2 episodes were horrible, in my opinion. They closed up some loopholes and some storyline. I get it. And there's said to be some spin-offs that are going to be coming into the Game of Thrones Legion or series of some sort. And I'm hoping that we get to see some more from that. But I could tell you it was quite interesting. But I'm curious, too, to see how bad HBO gets hit when people cancel their subscriptions because there's no more Game of Thrones. And there's a lot of people, they had it just for that. I love movies in general, so I'm not just about that, but I did watch it. I really enjoyed the story. It was really cool. I know that my brother and my son and family members watch Game of Thrones as well, and they like it and all that too. So I could see where the appeal is on it, but it was just kind of a crap ending, as far as I'm concerned. But no, I don't need therapy for that, at least. I mean, I'm willing to admit I'm crazy, and I run with it, and we all run with it. We have fun with it. So I the last few episodes, I kind of did not put in my useless fact stuff because I didn't know if that was really, interesting you guys out there that much. But I got a request from a couple people saying, "Hey man, where are those weird facts at?" So I decided, you know what, I'm going to keep doing it because you guys really do like it. So, and I love useless, weird facts. I really, really do. And hopefully, I'm planning on taking the happy hour episodes and doing something historical in each episode, as far as talking about something that happened maybe in the U.S. or in the world that had an effect, or something that I think is real important that people should know that might have gotten overlooked or forgotten in time. And that's kind of what we're doing with Adventures with Pappy when it comes to ghost towns, mining camps, all that stuff. We're telling stories about why it's important. And so I'm planning on trying to do that with the Pappy Hour episodes as well. So if you like that idea, if you think that idea would work, do me a favor, go to my Facebook page, Ryan is Pappy. And there's a spot on there that you can send me a message there. And please send me a message. Let me know if you think that's going to be a good idea. So the idea, again, is to talk historical something of relevance on what's going on. And, as we come closer to the 4th of July in the United States, why is the 4th of July so important? Well, a lot of people may think independence was on the 4th of July, and it was not. It's actually on a different day. But that's just the day that's recognized as it. So we will do an actual show on why the 4th of July is the 4th of July. Kind of things like that. Or, maybe an old historical battle that took place, anywhere in the world, and why it's significant, or an invention, or, just something that I think would be real important that people might overlook or not think about. So here are my 3 interesting United States facts for this week. Okay, surveys have found that 25% of all employees that have internet access in the United States visit pornography websites while they are at work. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's on the employer's computers. It could be on their phones, because we all know that every phone that comes out now has some type of internet, YouTube, and they're probably dancing all over these different porn sites or looking up some crazy stuff. So, keep the boom chicka bow wow down. When you're at work, make sure that volume's turned down. If you're watching this creepy stuff for yourself, remember, you're there to get paid to work. You're not get there paid to play. Unless that is your job to watch porn. I'm pretty sure there's jobs out there that do that, but that's not my thing. So, alrighty. Useless fact number 2. In 2011, the United States trade deficit with China. Now, remember, we just talked about China, okay? The United States trade deficit, and that's the money that we owed to China, was more than 49,000 times larger than it was in 1985. So, from 1985 to 2011, it grew 49,000 times the amount of credit that China is giving us for imports. Now, think about it. We raise these tariffs. Maybe China's going to say, no, we're not going to ship anything to you guys anymore. That could hurt us bad. It could hurt us bad. All right, number 3. The United States puts a higher percentage of its population in prison than any other nation on the earth does. That's pretty interesting. We're actually going to probably do an episode about the prison populations, the different cultures that are in there, talk about the different percentages, what races, percentage-wise I can find that are in there and stuff like that. It might be some interesting facts on that. So that about wraps up our show for this week. And again, I want to thank everybody for listening. Now remember, I'm still doing my Kickstarter. Okay, Kickstarter.com. In the search bar, type Adventures with Pappy. Please go in there, hit that back button, and help me by donating or backing the project so that we can get that project off the ground a little bit faster. We need some new equipment. We need better cameras. We need some travel expenses, different things like that. Also, if you know of an area in the United States that might be a really good a segment or an episode for Adventures with Pappy, do me a favor, go on my Facebook page, Adventures with Pappy, and let me know so that I can research it and see if it's something we might be able to do. Remember, ghost towns, mining camps, historical locations, forts, battlegrounds, places things were invented, family fun groups, things that we think that we need to let the public and the people that watch the show know about. Stuff that might be hidden gems out there. So, drop me a line, let me know. I want to thank you all again for listening. Make sure you check out and download our apps on Google Play Store and iTunes. That way, again, you can take me everywhere you go because, you might be at work. It might be a better alternative to listen to Pappy than watch pornography. I'm just saying. Okay? I mean, you can listen to me while you're sitting on the toilet, to use me to, drown out all those weird sounds you might make on the toilet. That's fine with me as long as you're listening to Pappy Hour. Okay? Also, check out our Facebook page. It's called It's Pappy Hour on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ryan is Pappy. Not only can you listen to my shows there, you get some crazy funny videos that you can watch, and soon to come some shows from Adventures with Pappy. Thank you again, and I will be back at you next week with another exciting adventure with Pappy Hour.
You don't like our traditions. You say we've done you wrong. Why don't you pack up your bags and take your ass back home? This is my home, and son, I'm mad as hell. I think whooping your ass is worth a couple nights in jail. There's a million pissed off rednecks just like me, and we're all sick and tired of this bullshit called PC. I guess you didn't know, but you don't mess with generally. If you have a right to burn my flag, then I have a right to kick your ass.